Hey everybody, welcome back. My name is Sue and I am from OML Embroidery. Over there at my computer, everyone was asking on the tour, is Dawn.
Hello.
There we go, Dawn. Today we're going to be doing a sew along on the dime, which is Designs in Machine Embroidery, Small Town Charm, and it's a bit of a challenge, but we're going to do two hoopings because this has two levels. Actually, there's three hoopings, but you don't have to line anything up on the third one. So the first thing you're going to need to do is print out your templates, and so we can place everything. We're going to talk a lot about that. Even if we don't get all the sewing done, the most important thing is the placement. So there's many ways of doing it. I'll try to go through as many as I can. So make sure you hit the thumbs up. Every thumbs up helps support the channel. Share. There's a button that says share. Share anywhere you can. Make your own board on Pinterest. Share on Twitter. Every little bit helps. But before we get started, let's do the quick intro.
And you're up.
All right, back to the desk. At the desk, I'm going to do something different today. This is going to be a nighttime scene. So it's going to be kind of fun. And remember how I always say with satin stitches, I don't like using variegated thread because it looks like stripes. Well, today I'm going to embrace that, and I'm going to use this thread on the bottom, right around here and probably around here, so it looks like lights. So it's orange, red, yellow, kind of fire colors. So I want that striping look. So I want it to look like it is bright. So for the dress, we are going to use metallic purple, King Star metallic purple. There's going to be gold. I think I'm going to do the chandelier and the stand and the doorknob in gold. And just beige for the bottom, and I haven't decided what color I'll do the door, but I'll figure that out. So here's my fabrics. Obviously you see the black Starry Night background, and then this is going to be the pathway. I'm going to try using cork for the building. I'm going to hope it works. Isn't that cool? And then I wanted something plain for the inside, so for this part. So I just kind of picked, it's kind of blah, but I did that on purpose because we're going to bling it. So there's going to be a lot of bling, so we don't want bright background fabrics and bright everything. It's not going to work. Okay, so let's talk about placement. So the first thing I did is I cut a 12 by 12 piece of fabric. Now this is my background fabric, and lay it out flat, and I put some of this on it, Fuse So Soft, on the back just to give it a little bit extra support. And it's just a really soft little fusible kind of light feeling. I think you use it on the back of like shirts or something to cover up the embroidery. And then I have a piece of cutaway. So I laid everything out and I made a fold line. So you don't need to worry about the middle this way, you can eyeball it, but I made a fold line from top to bottom. So you can't see it because it's in black, but that's what the first thing that I did. You could draw it if you want. I'm usually fine with, a folded line. We can see that. And then what I did, I had printed out my templates and I cut them out, making sure that the bottom of the first one and the top of the second one are cut nice and tight. And I eyeballed it up and down to make sure we have almost the same space. We can always fix it up when we square it up. But I do want it in the middle. That is easy enough to do. So I followed my line that I made and I put the two of them here. And then I added my placement. Now I find like I'm just using stickers. They won't work on McDreamy because he doesn't like doing stuff sideways. Thanks, McDreamy. I fold it on both of the axes, and that makes it easier to see. So I fold it this way, and then I can line the sticker up as I'm placing it. I don't press it down, and then I do it this way. Okay, obviously I'm not lined up, but you get the idea. And then once I've done that, I put my scissors on it because I don't want it to move. And then I did the same thing with this one. I placed it exactly how I see it. Now what I did on this one, you can see, when I folded it, I just chopped out a couple of triangles here. Just rough cut, you know, doesn't matter. I still wanted to see my line, so I cut around it. And that made it a whole lot easier to see the target area of what I want. So that's how I did that. So you can mark it with lines, you can mark it with a dot. We just need to know where to put our needle to have it all match up. Now, I'm not going to be using, I know I have them, I'm not going to be using my snowman stickers, but we are going to be using the camera. So I wanted to show you all the ways. If you have a camera, you don't need to worry about this too much, although the first one you do want to mark with something because you want it to be hooped properly. Now remember, your hoop comes with a plastic grid, so if you pop that on, you'll be able to hoop this straight and it'll look a whole lot better. So hopefully you guys can do this. Take your time, everything nice and flat. Don't hoop it till the end. Mark everything and then hoop it. So, what?
Sorry.
What?
I was going to say, if you don't have all that tech, review last month's dime video because you did just regular technique without all the tech to line it
Okay,
up.
I told them the regular technique without the tech. Like, if I didn't have McDreamy, I would be doing this. Okay, but McDreamy does have the camera, but you know, not everyone has a McDreamy. We'll see how it goes. So yes, you can place it yourself. You can use a bigger hoop and cheat a little bit, but I'd love to see everybody do the 2 hoopings and have their stuff line up. So try it, play around with it. Remember to use your plastic guide here, and that's going to help you loosen up your hoop and put it under. Use the guide to center this, or if you drew it on an X, or if you have the dime stickers, and then push the top of your hoop down and tighten it up, and you're good to go. It's that easy. So I have everything hooped and I'm ready to go to the machine. Done.
McDreamy's up.
All right, McDreamy is up. Now bobbin check. I have about half a bobbin, so we're gonna hope it's gonna last. I don't feel like building up my bobbin graveyard anymore. And McDreamy's face, of course, this one is a 5x7. I will be recording and editing, or finishing editing, the 7x12 video. I'm going to be doing that hopefully this afternoon. So Alicia's saying, Sue is demonstrating for those who don't have a brother machines for placement. Yeah, there's tons of ways of doing it. The traditional way is printing out your template, making marks, and then we're going to line our needle up with, see, I got mine perfectly center. We're going to line the needle up with the marks that you make, and then all you have to do is stitch. So it's awesome. So for this one, I am going to remove my sticker carefully. There we go. Those stickers stick, man, because I know that I'm in the middle. So a couple ways of doing it. McDreamy here has a needle cam, so that's easy. You can manually move the needle down and make sure it hits exactly in the middle. But once you mark it, it's easy enough. Even if your hooping is not 100% perfect, left to right, you can still line it up. So in McDreamy, I would just use edit and then move, and that'll help me. Now the snowman, I'm not going to touch it because he doesn't like doing snowmen sideways, apparently. So the snowman stickers don't help, but I didn't think anything else would show up. So let's take our edit off and we can see all of our steps here. So the first one is the outline. So I have black thread in, which is not something I normally do, but hopefully we'll be able to see it well enough. So it's just going to stitch the outline for the placement. Yeah, that's nearly impossible to see. Good one, Sue. It's awesome. Good one. Good one.
On certain light, you can see it.
A little bit, yeah. I just want to make sure I place it right. So the next step is going to be the tack down, and what I'm going to do is pull this just so I can see it, and I want to make it fit just, you know, just like that. The top is right here, so I'm going to do it this way, and then don't forget to put your hoop back in, and now it's going to stitch it down. So let's stitch it down. Now we'll be able to see the black stitches. Oh yeah, I like them. Sounds a little different because we are working with the cork. So I'm going to go ahead and stitch this part, and then I'm going to trim because I want this cork to sit way down. This is just the decorations part. So it's meant to be like wood. So I hope you guys are successful in the 2 hoopings. Lynn, I'm talking to you, girl. We can work on that if you want. But it's not as hard as you think. If you print out your templates, with your templates you can do anything for placement. It just makes it a whole lot easier. Okay, I really like the black on the cork. I just thought I'd be different. This is going to be a nighttime one, and I thought that was kind of neat. Oh, it double stitches. Oh, cool. Yeah, it looks like boards. There's just a little space in between. Oh, by the way, my nails, I should tell you, my nails here are the thermal nails, but with stamping. So I stamped it with a purple design, and when I'm cold, they'll turn all purple and you can't see it. But
Like yesterday.
now that I'm warm, you can see it. You'll have to get it close up, but it's just fun. It's just fun stuff. Okay, now we have to do a little trimming here. So let's go back to the desk, Dawn. Because now we're gonna do satin stitches. So we have to trim it. Now I'm not gonna trim the bottom. I'm gonna see if I can make this work. Probably not. No, I'll trim it. Never mind, I'll trim it just to make it look better. Got to be able to see what we're doing. So I'm just carefully trimming it. It's not a huge deal. Let's do this. Everything okay over there?
Yep, I just fixed my problem.
Okay. Dawn was having a problem.
The McDreamy cam was going, it was on autofocus and it wasn't letting me turn it off. Without being completely blurry. But I got it fixed.
Autofocus is terrible.
Yeah, I don't know why it was on all of a sudden, but it was.
This stuff is a little bit hard to trim. I hope it's hard to get under it with the duckbill scissors. However, it's cool. I like. Now remember, if you don't have perfect placement, it's okay because we're going to do an awning to cover everything up. So try. All right, back to McDreamy.
Cindy King wants me to throw ice on you so she can see your fingernail, your color change.
Here, I'll do one. I have a cold drink right here. Let me see.
Desk's still up.
Oh, could you put McDreamy up?
Yep.
Dawn. So here we go. Action photo. See? It's purple. I'll do the next one so you can see it. So I'm just putting it on my cold caffeine here. See? Where it touches, it turns purple. And then you'll see in a few minutes, it'll turn back to pink. How cool is that? Just for fun. There we go.
She just wanted the excitement of me throwing ice on you.
Oh, please don't. It's warm in here with all the lights on. Okay, so now we are going to stitch the satin stitches here. And I'm going to leave it all in black because, again, I just want everything kind of plain and simple, nighttime. You wouldn't be able to see the sides of the house. Ooh, lovely. Lovely zigzag stitches. My favorite things like ever. So, what's going on? What's going on in the chat? Placement is definitely something I need to keep practicing. Yep, you need to practice. It takes a bit, but it's worth it in the end once you get placement. And once you do it once, you can, you know, do it on everything. So yeah, practice, practice, practice. This is actually fantastic to practice on, this design, because if you're not lined up perfectly, the awning is going to cover it up. So don't even worry about it. So yes, I like the black for our nighttime. I'm going to do the roof in black as well. So just to keep everything nicely, you know, subdued. Oh, I didn't cut that side down enough. Okay, we'll be doing some trimming over there where it's stitching now. Oh well, my bad. Good thing I didn't cut it all off because it would have been short. Yep, I'm definitely gonna have to fix that side. I think I'll carefully use like an X-Acto knife or something like that. Jackie Cheek says, I haven't used cork yet. I'm glad to see how someone was kind enough to send me some because it's nearly impossible to get here in Canada. And I just very carefully use it. This is the first time I've used it for a big applique, but it's just like the vinyl, so it should stand up properly to it. So I am going to do a different color for the roof because won't be able to see the satin stitches hardly at all. I don't know. What do you think? Black, Dawn, or brown, or what do you think for the top of the roof? Black? I'll just leave it black.
Or dark brown. Yeah, black.
I'll just leave it black. You'll be able to see the stitches. Oh, McDreamy didn't like that I changed my mind right there. Needle up. Because he dropped the thread. It's super dry in here. Although, isn't it raining out, Dawn?
Yeah, it was. I'm not sure if it still is.
Rain. Alright, that should throw some humidity into this house. There we go. Let's do that again. No big deal. I'm not sure how this black's gonna look, but I'm also not sure what else to do on it. So I'm gonna fix this very carefully. No big deal. No biggie. And then the last thing we have to do on this part is the sign. So it's awesome. White. Yeah, I was thinking white or dark gray. Would cork work well for the back of coasters? I guess a lot of people do that and it's kind of cool. Yeah, I think that'll be okay. It's enough on the fabric. So that should be okay. It's stitched up now. Ha ha ha. That's one of the projects. Oh, cool. That's awesome. Oh, by the way, here's Björn. Björn is our monster that we stitched out. The design is by Embroidery Garden, and he protects us against stitching gremlins. It's just one of the many silly things that we do on this channel, but you know. I saw that, and that's why I did that. If I don't introduce Björn, then I'm in trouble, right? So So let's see chat while we're stitching out our beautiful satin stitches. Good to know. What are we talking about? Oh, we're still talking about the cork. I really do like the cork. I think it's beautiful. I just, I want to make sure that I use it on the best things. Kind of like the sweet pea fabric. I have not used it yet because I want to find the perfect design for it. So I haven't done enough exploring yet, but I'm excited to. Yeah, love the cork. I really like it. Wish I had a bigger machine, but it's good using what I have. Yeah, I always say work with what you've got. We're making a bigger design here with a smaller hoop, and that's why I always show you guys the smaller one, because you can do it. You can do it. Made luggage tags with cork. Oh, very cool. That's cool. Very cool. Okay, I do like the black. You know, if I thought about it, I would have put maybe a silver moon in the corner. Alrighty, so now for the sign, and now for the colors that we've all been waiting for, other than the black. So the black is going to be the iron, wrought iron holding down. Hey, why you do a trim there? That's kind of weird. Oh well, because that looks like underlay. It should be all connected. I don't know. It's stitching now. We're good. Karina said I had to come in to eat. Pink. No, we're doing lots of purple today. Purple and gold and bright satin stitches, lights and stuff like that. So Saturday mornings, you guys. Yeah, happy weekend. Happy stitching. We got lots to stitch. We have big things coming up. I may give you guys a little sneak peek of a quilt block I designed. Testers are still working on it, but it's super cute. And I think you guys will like it. And we're going to do kind of a very, very reasonably priced block of the month to stitch together. So
OML block of the month.
OML block of the month sort of thing. Yeah. And it's all going to be, for this time, it's all going to be English paper piecing-ish. I haven't come up with a name for it yet, but I don't know. We'll have to come up once everyone sees it. We're gonna have to come up with a name for it because I don't know yet. Anyways, it'll be good. It'll be very good. So I'm gonna take off my black, and I think the inside is going to be something light. So I think maybe the gray I wanted to do. So gray, because we want our beautiful yet small lettering to stand out. So cool. Very cool. So let's do kind of gray, not bling silver, because this is the background of the sign. And that's not the part that I want to stand out. So it's all about focusing when you're doing colors. I want everyone to be focusing on the beautiful metallic thread that I'm going to be using. And by the way, Cindy King sent me the purple, and I haven't used it yet. It's another one of those things that I'm waiting for the perfect design. And Suville is absolutely the perfect design. So it is King Star Metallic, and it's the newest color they came out with. So thank you again, as always, Cindy King. I was so happy to get it. I did like a happy dance, I think. Bill Kramer, thank you very much. I love the pair with the thumbs up. Ha, that's awesome. Call it a modern take on traditional techniques. Ooh, I like that. Isabel, thank you very much. I use a 7511 for most everything. Do you use a different size needle for metallic thread? No, I don't use a different size needle for anything. And King Star Metallic is different than any other metallic. You just use it as regular thread and it works. I tested the bejeebers out of this thread when I first got my hands on it from Dime, and I even did freestanding lace with the metallic thread on the top thread and the bottom, and it worked perfectly, no breaks. So once I did that, I'm like, yep, this is it. This is what we want. So awesome. There we go. That's what I wanted, the silver. Gonna be quite a few thread changes here. Alicia, thank you. So on the outside, we are going to do gold. We're gonna do gold, I think. Yeah, we're gonna do gold on the outside because this is a very special store in Souville. You can get a lot of great outfits here, and it's all about the bling. And I have set up the, whoops, I said gold, right? And I pulled out the purple. Ha! I've set up the 7x12 and I made some changes so it will fit into the Souville town. And Souville is created with things and colors and styles that make me happy. That's all it is. So sometimes it's Halloween-y kind of colors. I think last month it was a candy store. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Everyone's excited about Block of the Month.
Alright, well, meanwhile, that was atrocious sounding. So, yeah, we've got a few threads in there. If you catch problems right away, it sure makes it a whole lot easier to deal with it without a big bird's nest. So, the tension maybe is off a little bit. Let's see. Yep, same thing. So what I'm gonna do is put the do a trim. Put this up. Do a trim. Okay. Oh, to lower it. So what I'm gonna do is very carefully. Yeah, I'm having a problem here. It's not the thread. It's just, you know, whatever's going on. It is kind of stuck. And when you have stuff piling up, thread piling up, it's usually a tension issue. Not attention like McDreamy's not paying attention to me. It's tension. So top tension. So the first thing I'm going to try is to rethread right from the beginning. So take it all out, pull out a little more thread, and then rethread it. And now we'll listen. Yep. See how that works? So always be listening to your machine. If I had let that go, it probably would have ruined the whole thing. So what happened? Probably I missed one of the tension areas for the top thread. So that's why I started again. Look at that gold on the cork. I love it. I wonder if all the stores are going to have awnings. Yeah, I don't know. I quite like them. Now in the 7x12 video, it's just going to be a recorded video. I'm going to show you guys step by step how to do the awnings. So you'll always have that reference to be able to do it. But you don't have to do the awnings if you don't want to. I think they are they're cute, I guess. I'm trying to find the right word. They look really amazing, but if you don't want them, you don't have to do them. So Elizabeth says, love how you teach simple solutions to what sounds horrible with our machines. Well, if you guys noticed, I don't know if you were listening or could hear it, I noticed right away that there was a problem. If I had kept stitching that, then we would have had a huge and horrible bird's nest and a mess. But as it stood, I didn't have to worry about it too much. So the gold is King Star Metallic. Now we're gonna throw on this gorgeous purple. First time use of the purple. Have you seen it, Don? It's a stunning purple.
Yes,
it's stunning.
Purple is my favorite color.
Well, purple. I wish they had lime green metallic. That might be kind of gross, though. Lime green. I don't know about that. I'll take that statement back. All right, let's go. First time use for purple. I'm so excited. Again, King Star. Always King Star. I was always so thankful for King Star metallic thread. Because now I can use metallic thread on anything I want. Karina, stop it. Karina said bump. I know. I was moving the static electricity stuff and I threw it on Björn. Sharon says, I noticed mine will create a bird's nest if there are a lot of trims and I'm using the automatic cutter. Yep, well, that's why we try to make connections so there's not a whole lot of trims. I think it just gets bogged down with knots and stitches and stuff. It's awesome. Chris Yost! Hello, Chris Yost. Thank you very much. All right, gold and purple is gorgeous. So hopefully I have the right pattern. I changed the lettering a little bit. So this is a true test. I am going to do really small lettering with purple metallic. So we're going to see how this is going to turn out. Because you can't do this with your regular metallic thread. We're almost done the first part, you guys. Woo! Look at him go. Wow. The purple is stunning, I know. When we go back to the desk, it's hard to talk over McDreamy. He's just running. See, again, this is why we don't need to change the speed on our embroidery machines, because McDreamy's doing it all himself. He knows when to go crazy like this. Wow. He just does it himself, so you don't need to worry about anything.
And that was with metallic, too.
That's with King Star metallic thread in purple. So the store is called Souville Chic because it's cool. Now look at him go. Sounds great, doesn't it? I always leave it. I don't change the needle size and I don't change the speed. All right.
Full speed ahead.
Full speed ahead. He knows. Oh, happy music, but only half. Back to the desk, Don.
Desk's up.
All right. Look at that writing. Can you see it? Because it is perfectly readable and also absolutely amazing in King Star metallic thread. I love it. All right, so we are going to pop all the pieces out of the machine, out of the hoop, and we're going to hoop the second one. So if you cut your fabric, then you would do the same thing that you did with the first one, that lining up so it's straight and hooping it and then matching your hoop down. I'm going to try it a different way because we are going to use the camera, McDreamy's camera, and figure it out that way. So hopefully I can do this. Now, I don't think I want to, I guess I am going to have to cut this. I wasn't going to, but I can't get around the hooping, so we're just going to cut it. Sounds terrible. And I am going to fix my cutting after. There we go. All right. We don't want to waste any cork. So now, I took the sticker off before I should. However, it's easy to do because we're just going to match it up this way. And if I can see my lines, I can. So that looks perfect. So what I want to do is just kind of get that part in the middle. I'm going to loosen my hoop because now we have the cork to hoop through. So kind of, I don't have to worry about it too much, although we have a little bit of a tight space because it's in a 5x7. So yeah, I gotta loosen it up some more. There we go. So always take your time and be patient hooping. It's important that you do it right. So I'm kind of eyeballing the middle, you see, the middle of the hoop. You can also put your plastic template thingies on it. You can tape this down or, you know, use the sticker before you take it off, like I did. And that should be pretty good. Ah, there we go. It's so much tighter with the cork. Okay, so I'm just going to give it a quick double check. I don't have to have it perfect because we're going to use the camera. But if you had your sticker still there, then do the same things that you did at the beginning. I know this looks crooked, but it's simply cut crooked.
Could you use a bigger hoop instead of having to rehoop it?
Well, you could. I mean, I guess it wouldn't hurt anything, but split hooping is something good to learn. All right. So the downfall with the cork is that it's hard to hoop. Just saying. Well, if we have a pop out, we can fix it, right? I can tighten it a little bit more. So make it loose, hoop it how you want, tighten it up. And let's go back to the machine, Don. So, if you had left your sticker there, you could just line it up exactly how we did before. Double check everything. I have to pull up the second design, which is in memory, which I very rarely do. So it's this one. And what we have to do first thing is we're going to go to edit and we're going to go to rotate. And we're going to rotate it one more time because we have the top of it here. So if you don't rotate it, you're going to have a little mess, baby. You'll have an upside down place. So before, what?
Crooked.
Crooked. Okay, the frame will move, so I just hit the camera up here, and it tells me the frame will move to be scanned with the built-in camera. Oakley dokley, thank you. So we'll hopefully be able to catch a little bit of the top there so we can get it lined up. So obviously the bigger hoop you have, the bigger it's going to be, or the longer it's going to take.
Hey, it's got your starry fabric in there.
Yeah. So if you guys can see it really well, I guess I could zoom in a little bit better. How's that?
Yep.
Hopefully you guys can see it. We can see where we need to be. And we're pretty much on. My hooping is pretty good. I don't know if we have to have it down a little bit. I am going to move it this way a smidgen. See the picture moves? And because I can see the top part of it, I can see where it needs to be. Now remember I cut it crooked, right? So I may have to rehoop, But this is how it's done. Now, the advantage of not using black is I would be able to see it better. So that's about as perfect as it gets. So yeah, it scans your whole hoop and you can line things up how it is. I know the new luminaires will project it right on the fabric, but this is just the same. So it may tell me to switch to a bigger frame. Yeah. So what I have to do is, it's easy. All I have to do is this, go back to the desk, Don.
Desktop.
All right. And I just have to move it down a little bit, still keeping it straight. No big deal. If I had a sticker still on it, I would have done a little bit better, I think. Now I want a little more there. The important thing is just take your time. So I have a bit of leeway left and right. So back to the machine, Don.
Machine's up.
And let's do that again. Pretty much, just to make sure. If you have trouble scanning, change your light source is what they usually say. I might be off a little bit again. So you can just barely see it. Just barely see it. So now we want to go to move. And we want it on there. And I've covered it up. We can zoom in one more time and you can see it right there. Right at the edge. So we're just gonna move it up. It's gotta fit in this space. So we can zoom in one more time. How's that? And then these arrows will take us there. So that's all we can do for that. So what do you guys think? I think I'll be pretty close. I'm going to move this over. You can see the fabric here. I've probably hooped it a bit too low, but you know what? Let's get on with this. It just clicked for a new hoop. So up here is where it changes. So I'm good with it. It's fine. Let's go. The awning's going to cover it up anyways. The whole idea is that you really, really want to leave that sticker there. I'm not quite sure why I didn't, but I didn't. So there we go. So let's get this started. So this is the outside. I'll leave the purple on just so you guys can see. Now I'm a slight amount off, but like I said, it doesn't matter. I'm not gonna, I would normally hoop it again. Yeah, it's gonna be off. I would normally hoop it again and make it right, but I want to get this stitched out or we'll be here all day. It's pretty close. It's just needs to be hooped one more time and moved up. But we'll live, right? So we do not want purple on, so I'm gonna have to change that, and I'm just placing my cork down, and which I think the cork looks fantastic, and I'm going to be putting my black back in because I want to keep the same kind of theme going, that I want the building to not really be the focal point of it. So the building is going to be kind of not blah, still beautiful, but not all bright colors. The sign is a focal point, and the blingy dress is going to be a focal point. So hopefully you guys get the idea of the multi-hooping, and like I said, I would keep doing it. I would move it this way a little bit, and it would have been spot on. It'll be close enough. I'm happy with it, and like I said, really, if you're, you know, a few millimeters out, you don't need to worry about it.
Quilt says don't worry, the awning will cover it.
Pardon?
Said don't worry. Judy Quilt says don't worry, Sue. The awning will definitely hide everything.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm not worried at all. And it's better that, I mean, I know how to make it perfect. It's just going to take me a bit of time. If you have to multi-hoop, the key is make sure you have enough time, because you really don't want to rush it at all. So I would just do it until I got it right. Again, if I had left my sticker on, I would have got it right the first time, but hey, what are you going to do, right? So leave your stickers on until you're going to stitch, right? That's the rule. I have no idea why I took it off. I just did. Okay? I think it's better to just try the multi-hooping. And even if you're a little bit off, again, this is the perfect one to practice and take your time. Judy Quilt, next month she can leave the sticker on. Yeah, I don't know why I took it off. I don't know. It happens. You know, I probably could have taken a minute and put it back on and my life would have been much easier, but hey, what are you gonna do? Stickers, or maybe that's the benefit of marking your fabric, because you don't have to take anything on or off. All right, so we are gonna trim this. Let's go back to the desk, Dawn, please. Whoop, bonk. So what I'm gonna do is just leave the top, and this is lovely cork fabric. So I am gonna be off a tiny bit. Don't even worry about it. It's more important that you try the multi-hooping.
Misha says if you actually look at most buildings, there's always errors and things that don't line up. So you just keep it true with reality.
Yeah, and I think a lot of times when we're doing embroidery, that we're way too hard on ourselves about it. It took me a lot of years to give that up, but I've always been like that, like so picky. So yeah, I am a bit off, but I really don't think anyone's gonna care. So, you know, back to the whatchamacallit, the McDreamy. Okay, so that's enough with our, no, I do want the black. So I'm gonna do black here to match the top. Right, okay. So we'll see that I'm a little bit off, but your eye is not going to be drawn to, you know, these details. You will not be sad, we'll be fine. We love you anyways. Well, thank you. Now, I'm honestly not worried about it, and honestly, I could have hooped it again and got it right. But I want to show you guys that it is okay. That you don't have to, you know, get super frustrated that you can't hoop it perfectly. Literally, just do the best you can and keep stitching. And then next time you do it, you'll be better. Next time you'll do it, you'll be better than that. So just try. But yeah, with McDreamy's camera, it would have been easy to line it up perfectly, but you know, it's absolutely fine. So listen to your machine, stay calm, stop your machine immediately if you hear a noise that is different. Now, when you're sewing on different kinds of fabrics, your machine will sound different. Practice your hooping, take your time. Practice though, because it's one of the skills. The better you are at it, the more things you can do, and I think it's awesome. I had to do multi-hooping. I was working on a Sarah Vedler, who's amazing, design, but it's the square is like, the quilt square is like 20 by 20. So I had to multi-hoop in the big size. Yeah, challenge. challenge. I did it though. I just done and I couldn't cut out rectangles. Or no, sorry, diamonds. So, yeah, I'll get back to it again. But yeah, it's a skill you can use at any time. So, and if you know, I'm doing air quotes, only have a 5x7 machine, you don't have to be limited by the size of your machine. You can still do just about anything you want, just be the master of the multi-hooping. And there you go. Actually, it'll be okay to have that extra cork, plus the awning. Yeah, I did just leave the cork at the top to, it's easier to leave fabric than when you cut it too short. So, look, I'm not too far off. If it's not necessary, then I am going to just cut it off. But I'm going to leave it for now. I think the cork is awesome. I'm quite happy with it. Although it was a little bit difficult to hoop, to do the second hooping, because the cork there is kind of thick. So, to solve that problem completely, if I had a magnetic hoop, I wouldn't have had any problems. And you know what? It would have been so much easier to line it up because I would just lift the hoop up, slide the fabric over, and do it that way. So that's one of the reasons why the magnetic hoops are invaluable. I just don't have a 5x7 one, or I would be using it each and every time for every design that we do, because it's so much easier. But, you know, you work with what you got, right? That's right. Do you need to change the needle when using cork? No, I don't think it's any different at all. Depending on how much I do, I probably don't change the needle like maybe every couple of months, depending. Sue, where did you buy the cork fabric? I did not buy the cork fabric. A wonderful fan, who I do know who it is, but shall remain nameless, sent it to me. So, which is amazing. Because it's so hard to get here in Canada. I think I saw that it was something like $35 a yard for it, and I'm like, wow. So I think it is from Joann's. So anyways, thank you. I like having it. It's kind of cool. Judy Quilt, put this towards your 5x7 magnetic hoop. Hey, thank you, Judy Quilt. I will. I actually want one. I've never used the 5x7 hoop as much as I have lately. So, it's kind of cool. Okay, so the next thing up on McDreamy is a line. So what does that mean? That means we are going to do some folded fabric. So I'm just going to pull the hoop back to me a little bit, and we're going to put the fabric face down, and we just want to leave a little bit there, and put my hoop back. I just wanted to make sure I got the placement right, and put the hoop back, and then we're going to stitch it down. So it says it in the instructions, but the one line, which is kind of odd in embroidery, that tells you it is the flipped or folded or whatever you want to call it fabric. So also in flip fabric, the next step, which has a color change on it so your machine will stop, is you're gonna flip it and fold it. So we just want to finger crease it. You can iron it if you want. You could put a little tape down if you were doing something bigger. You could use a little glue spray. I don't find it necessary to use anything, so I'm just gonna crease it down, and then this is gonna stitch it down. So yeah, there we go. And I'm just leaving the black in. It doesn't I'm not. Oh yeah, this is concrete. This is the sidewalk. So we're almost getting to the good stuff. I'm so excited. What time is it? Yeah. Well, these stitch-alongs are always a little bit longer, so you know, I'm not worried. All right, back to the desk for a quick sec, Don.
Come on. What's up?
Desk is. You sure? We're good.
It didn't take when I clicked it.
It didn't take.
Well, it didn't click when I clicked it.
It didn't click when you clicked it. You're such a clicker. There we go. So,
clicky morning.
I need to do my cork trimming a little bit better, but I'm going to fix it up afterwards. So I'm going to cut that out. And we only have one more applique left. So back to the machine, Dawn. Our bobbin is still pretty good. I'm going to change it out on the next applique, though, because McDreamy doesn't recognize an empty bobbin anymore. It's very annoying.
Magnetic hoop fund is up to $20.
Woohoo! All right, Donna Judd, also for your magnetic hoop. I love mine. I do have some. I have the 8x8 because I figured I'd be using that one the most. I was kind of wrong on that part, but you know, I'm wrong sometimes. And I have the 7x12. But yeah, I would really like a 5x7. Like I said, the magnetic hoops just make everything easier. I used a 40% off coupon last month before they quit accepting them. Oh, that would be clever. I usually have too much left when I use my duckbills. I prefer curved strips. Yeah, apparently cutting the cork fabric is a little bit different than, you know, vinyl or regular fabric. I have figured out. You have to trim it a lot more carefully than what I was doing, but I would love an 8x8 magnetic hoop for my Stella. Yeah, quilt blocks are an absolute breeze in that hoop. I'm really happy with it. I just, like I said, I didn't realize I'd be using the 5x7 so much, but you know, I think on the other ones, other machines, I don't think we use them very often. My dealer said there is usually a lint on the center. Clean out the bobbin area really good and it might work again. It worked for me and my friend when we had that problem. Yeah, I've done that a couple times and Dawn's cleaned it and it still doesn't work, so I don't know. I have the 7x12 magnetic hoop and I haven't used it yet. Oh, you would think I would have tried it while I'm making a quilt. Time to pull it out. Yes, Sharon, pull it out. It's fantastic for, you know, using on a quilt sandwich and all over quilting or just quilting blocks, the whole it's amazing. Dime has the block maker jigs for the 8x8 hoop for smaller hooping. Oh, okay, so block maker. I will have to look that up. I think I've seen it, but I don't really know what it's about. We'll have to check it out. For sure. Dawn, could you grab me another bobbin out of the box there, please? There, behind McSteamy. My McSteamy.
And I bumped my head on a different.
Karina! I'm not reading out loud what Karina said because I don't want to get demonetized, but Karina! She's so funny. Okay, so now this is our last applique. And I think I probably want to change colors shortly, but let's just do the outline for it. Betty Turner, here's some for, yes, for the 5x7 magnetic hoop. You guys are awesome. I don't know how long it'll take to get to Canada, but I would love it.
It'll be worth the wait.
Oh yeah, I would use it all the time. Just life is easier. Okay, so for this applique, the next step is tack down and design. So I'm just using a charm pack square, by the way. I just wanted something just, you know, plain. So I'm just going to lay that on there, and I'm going to leave the black on because I really want the background beautiful wallpaper stitching to show up very clearly, but I don't want them to be, ooh, I thought I was close there. Ooh, maybe a little bit. I don't want them to be the thing that jumps out at your eye, so I think black would look really good. We're getting there, guys. We're getting there. This is the last of the applique. So those are the most important parts. Love your nails. Thank you very much. This is coming out very nice, very pretty. Well, wait. My exciting part is the purple metallic dress, but also the satin stitches around this part, because I'm gonna do it bright and variegated thread to make it look like lights. So I'm kind of excited to see how that comes out. So hopefully we can get to that soon. I may have to finish the stitching after and put up a picture in the OML Embroidery University Facebook group, but we all know these ones take a little bit longer. But be excited for the 7x12 video, because I made not a lot of changes, but with the bigger space, it's easier to add more detail to it. There's more room, and it looks awesome. So I'm excited about that. I use the 9x9 for applique blocks. I have a 9.5 by 9.5. And I don't use that one as much as I thought I would. 8x8 is just my favorite size for quilt blocks. They're not too big, they're not too small, they just seem like traditional to me. So it's cool. So beautiful design for the fancy schmancy wallpaper. I think it would look really good in gold. So I just think it would look great in gold. But black, you know, keeping it matchy-matchy and subdued. Now question, why did you put down the cork if you were just covering it with the wallpaper fabric? Because that's how it was designed. So, I mean, you could cut it out if you wanted, or maybe the window could have been a little bit smaller so more of the cork shows, but that's how it was designed, so I'm doing it that way. There's nothing wrong with having some layers. It works fine. Oh, this is almost done. It's going, yeah, it's gonna go across and do some of the bottom here. I like it. There we go. So next is black still. All right, we're doing the little chandelier and the part of the dress stand. So we're getting there. I guess I should trim. I almost forgot to trim. So let's see. Welcome Marge Campbell. Yay! Please take a moment to make sure you hit the thumbs up. Yes, please. Thumbs up and share, and make sure when you finish your designs, whether you do the 5x7 or the 7x12 or both, make sure you post it in the OML Embroidery University Facebook group with the hashtag #DimeSewAlong. And that just makes it so Eileen Roche can find your design. So, and she usually, like next Thursday, she'll post them. I'm kind of frugal stingy with my fabric, so I would have probably tried to cut the cork out. Yeah, you could have, easily enough, you could have. And yes, I get that, I get kind of like protective over my fancy fabric, so I get where you're coming from for sure. I like how Eileen showed how to change the colors for the candles and the flames. I think someone here asked to show how to do it. Yeah. You'd have, you know, quite a few more trims, but sometimes, you know, the trims are just worth it. Shirley says, just subscribed. I have loved watching your videos, but didn't realize I hadn't subscribed. Well, thank you for checking it out. I have the original Dream Machine, but I'm looking at getting one of the new ones. What do you like? Oh, I love McDreamy. He's a Dream Machine 2. And if I could get, I don't want to say it in front of him. I don't know where his ears are. Right here, speaker. I would love to have a Luminaire, but you know what? McDreamy, Brother Dream Machine 2, does everything I want. So, it's cool. I just want to play with the Luminaire, and I think the quilting functions are fantastic. So, I would kind of like it for that, but Dream Machine, I think, what's the new equivalent to the Dream Machine 2? The Stellaire, isn't it? Don? I don't remember either. I think it's a Stellaire. Stella. For the life of me, I can't figure out how I did that. I've rewatched it over and over again, and I can't figure out how she did it. Perhaps her software, PEP, can only do it. What you have to do, the only mistake you may or may not be making is that you need to bring in the C2S file into Toolshed. I don't know if you can change colors on Toolshed, because I have the Perfect Embroidery Pro software. I'm gonna take this off. Let's go back to the desk, because I want to trim. That's how she did it. So the C2S file is the native Perfect Embroidery Pro /Toolshed file, and that's how she did it. She was not trying to change the colors on a stitch file, which would be like PES or, you know, something like that. She was using the native file, which is absolutely wonderful that she gives us the native file. I appreciate that a whole lot. So that's the secret, is the native file. So C2S, every embroidery software has its own, you know, name for the native files. And every brand of embroidery machine has its own name. Like Brother is PES files, Janome is JEF files, so it all kind of fits in there. Okay, treble trimming. It's just not a trimming day. Lynn, where are you? I know, I am. Jeez. There we go.
If I don't nag, they will.
I know. And, woo, look at that. Look at that. So I'm not going to play thread chicken, bobbin chicken, sorry, with that. Can we go? Yeah. Because of McDreamy's sensor, he'll just keep on stitching and not stop when he runs out of bobbin. And yeah, I have to pretty much watch him, because he'll just keep going, and it's like, really? You know, really? Really, McDreamy? Alright, let's back on, put it back on, and we are gonna do the... You're in trouble, Lorelei says. Hey, Dawn, what are you trying to say? We're nags? Meh. I like the meh. That's awesome. Yeah, you go after him, Lorelei. That's perfectly fine. Perfectly fine.
I'll just be quiet.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe, yeah.
It sometimes helps when you are. So we're doing the top part of the dress form right now. So I just put in like a beige kind of plasticky mannequin kind of color. You could use gray or any color that you want. My Stella is 500 times easier than my old machine. I just seem to enjoy it. Yep. I haven't had a single needle machine for 20 years. We had all, because we do production.
And then you wanted one, and I thought, why?
Yeah, I had to explain myself. Like, I really want a single needle machine. And Don was like, what? You want what? Why would you want that? And then I explained about the videos and all that kind of stuff. And he was like, yep. And we found McDreamy. So that was awesome. I like it. Don Brown, ever feel like you have 200 plus wives?
Occasionally.
Misha, nice. All right, people, let's let the bling begin. We are gonna stitch out that dress, and then we're getting to be done, I think. So hopefully everyone can hang on till the end. It'll be worth it. Or maybe I'll take a picture. What do you think I should do, Don? Surprise everyone with a picture, or just keep stitching?
With what? Picture of what? Sorry.
The end. It all stitched out. The end. All done. All right. Purple.
Keep stitching.
All right. Because it'll... 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So another 15 minutes or so, everyone. We're good with that? Keep going. Keep going. Little red dress. Yeah, if there are any. No, I am doing metallic purple dress because I think it's going to look awesome. And probably with a gold belt. Oh, love the red dress idea. Oh, yeah, for sure. Keep going. All right. Jackie Cheek says keep going. That's what I'm going to do. No problem. Oh, yeah, bling time. Bling time. For sure. I don't mind watching and chatting. Thank you. I just want to make sure. Love the red dress. I'm going to have to add it in. Yep, little red dress. However, in Souville, we like bling, and purple bling is just, you know, matches the whole town. Oh, I needed a drink so badly. I guess it is a bit dry in here. Very nice, and it's going to leave just a tiny space. This one is so much smaller than the 7 by 12, but it's going to leave a tiny space for the belts, which I think will be gold. So all we have is the dress, the door detail, and then the bright lights around it, which will be fun. Haha. Isabel says, love purple metallic Las Vegas dress. Oh yeah, Souville's a party town. We know how it's done. Especially at the Souville Chic store. And if you want to make your own dress, you can go to the fabric store. Ha! Awesome. My daughter wants a dress like this one, but if it goes straight across and not up and down. Well, there you go. So I'm mostly excited for the purple dress, which is starting to look fantastic. and the lights around the outside. And doing the 7x12, I can't wait to do that. It is going to be so much fun.
Carol's asking if you have a video for the awnings.
No, but I will, hopefully by the end of today, it'll be on the 7x12. And I'll show you guys exactly how to do it. So, yeah, I just haven't done it. There's never enough time, I guess, to do this, because it's just another hooping. It actually seems more complicated than it is, and I figured out some shortcuts. If you don't sew or don't have a sewing machine, it is still easy enough to do with a little bit of glue. I have no problems using glue. Are you using any of Dawn's minis in this hooping? No, I am not. I am not. There's not really enough room in this one, the 5x7. I mean, you could put a few things on the sidewalk. But other than that, there really isn't enough room for it. I could have put a spider web in the corner, but I did that on the 7x12. It's Souville. It can be what it wants.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean, come on, Dawn. Jeez. Souville. Halloweeny. Sometimes. Bright and pretty other times. You never know, you know.
I like the dress.
Oh, that is such a fantastic color. Oh man, that's incredible. Still a little more? What's it doing? Just a little bit at the bottom? Oh, just the outline. Probably didn't need a trim in there, but that's okay. And this is the belt. I'm gonna do it in purple because it's kind of small and it's not gonna show the detail. In the bigger one, I will do, I don't know what color yet. I'll have to wait till I can see it. Really would like to know what she will do for October. I know. All right, so guys, it is lights time. Are we ready for this? I think we are. I'm excited.
Heck yeah.
So this is the thread that we're using, and it's probably for pumpkins or something like that, but
Show your thread again.
just a sec. I'm just kind of picking out the thread that's in the bottom that I just can't get yet. Hold on. I got it. Whew. There we go. This is the thread. Snap that up because it was holding it.
That will look good.
Isn't that pretty? So it's dark orange, light orange, yellow, and maybe even a little bit of red. And it's one of the new dime threads. I had to get her thread medley. Oh, wow.
And this is one time you'll actually use variegated on satin.
Look at this, Dawn. Oh, wow.
Oh.
Yeah. The colors. Oh my
Too bad we
goodness.
can't show that.
I know. This is my first time using it. Okay, yeah. So, yes, normally I don't think that variegated thread looks good on satin stitches because it just turns out into stripes. Lettering, I think it looks awesome on lettering, but not so much. But for this one, because of the colors that I picked, it's gonna look like, hopefully, lights. Big lights around it, like, not Christmas lights, but I'm kind of thinking like Halloween lights. Oh, the colors that are coming off that spool are magnificent. And it looks a little different than what I thought. That is almost neon.
They can see it close up on the close up.
Okay, well, that makes it even better, and the exquisite thread is gorgeous. So all we're doing is leaving space for the door that I'm gonna do in gold. Oh my goodness. Okay, satin stitches, come on. Lynn, you would love this thread, by the way. There we go. Moderators at OML, we help Sue keep up with the community. You guys, the moderators are amazing on the channel and in the group. I couldn't do any of this without them, so I try to say thank you as much as possible because you guys are amazing. So that's why we have wrenches after our names. Yeah, and you're blue. And you're in blue. Oh, look at the colors. Okay, so tell me that doesn't look like lights. Okay, so there's more colors in this than I thought. There's kind of a burgundy. There's a neon color. Yep, this is what I wanted. Oh, that is so awesome. So variegated thread, you can use it in various different ways. Normally, I just wouldn't use it on satin stitches, but this is the perfect application for it. Do you see those colors, Don?
Yeah.
Ah, so that looks really cool because it looks, you know, nighttime and then nice bright neon lights to light up the store window. I love it. I love it. Carolyn says, I got the dime variegated pack and love the pink, used it for my Valentine's project. Yeah, I know, they're actually really nice. Oh, I love that, I'm so happy. So nice bright Halloween lights. Awesome. Awesome. It's looking beautiful. Beautiful. Yeah, sometimes, you know, picking threads. So you can see why I made the background subdued. I want the wow factors to be here. If you do everything bright and busy, it's gonna look too bright and busy and you won't be able to pick out the details. So this is almost the last step, so let's keep going. I am so happy. Look at this variegated when I pull it off. I don't know how well you guys can. Oh, it's stunning.
Misha says, my little one says, OML gang are the online family. And says that Sue is Aunt Sue in the TV.
Aunt Sue! Yay! Well, thank you, Misha's little one. Aunt Sue. I don't think anyone's ever called me Aunt Sue. It's kind of cool, though. Kind of cool. I get called, hey, you, mom. What else? I'm sure Dawn calls me some names, but...
No.
Yeah. Peeking your head out when I'm doing a tour video. What the heck, man? So, we're going to do a... What?
I heard a racket going on.
A racket upstairs? I think...
When you were doing your video, I heard a racket and peeked my head.
Oh, sorry, I couldn't read your mind there. So, that thread is perfect. Thank you, Susan Clark. Yes, I agree 100%. That is truly incredible. I love it. So we're gonna do a gold door so the sign matches the inside. Now, when I do the 7x12, like I said, I'm gonna do a recorded video on it, but I've added a whole bunch of things and kind of glammed it up a little bit. So I think you guys will be really happy to see it. I love that, Misha. I wear my earbuds when I watch, so my kids call Sue and the gang the voices in my head. That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, sorry. I'm glad everyone thinks I have a nice voice, because if I didn't, you'd probably get way tired of me by now. But everyone knows. Everyone liked the tour. If you haven't watched it, I did a vlog. So what is a vlog? It's a video blog, and I love to blog. So, and I thought, I think it was Sarah and Misha and Alicia, everyone wanted a tour and a peek at the fabric stash. So we're not quite done with our setup yet, but I did exactly that. I did a tour and I did a little sneak peek on my amazing drawers of fabric, and it was...
You didn't even show all the fabric, did you?
Yeah.
All of it?
No. One box was still under my desk, my second desk. So, yeah. It was fun. So, Misha says, my fabric stash is about one drawer of Sue's stash. So now I have stash envy. Yeah. Hashtag sorry, not sorry. Before, like, we dished out a fair amount of money for that fabric, because it was all from Craftsy or Blueprint, and I just love some of the prints and designs are just, you know, in there with my favorite things. So we're like, yep, they had it on sale. It was super hard to do. I don't think Dawn will ever do it again because they were not cool on shipping it to Canada. They were cool, then they weren't cool. So yeah. So Dawn, could you have Sue explain how we can comment live during tomorrow's 4 p.m. non-live video? It is called a premiere, so it's not going to look any different to you guys, except for I will not be live, which is kind of neat. Oh, we're ready. So you'll be watching the pre-recorded video, and Dawn and I will be watching it with you. Back to the desk, Dawn.
Yep.
And commenting, but I won't be live on it.
We'll be chatting live.
We'll be chatting live. So if you have questions, we can still answer the questions and help you out a little bit. So, great experiment, fantastic colors, gold bling. Now again, I am a little bit off. It looks worse than it is because I need to trim that. It's actually only a little bit off, but you know what, no one will notice once I put the awning on it. So bling bling bling.
Your lights are awesome.
Yeah, my lights are awesome. I love it. Look, can you guys see close enough? So knowing what stitches, knowing your stitches and knowing your thread colors and how it works is a really big help, because I think the whole theme of this is absolutely fantastic. Nighttime dress store, and I think this thread was perfect, and the cork is perfect too. So awesome. Make sure you try the double hooping. And even if yours is off as mine, at least you did it. At least you tried. It's a big learning thing, and it can help you out a whole lot. So I am going to finish this, and I'm going to get the video ready for tomorrow. We're stitching out Anita Good Design. More Mylar. I decided we were not done with Mylar. Different and bigger designs. Not as complicated, so I wanted to see what it would look like. I have lots of good ideas for that, and it's going to be a premiere. So once I get that set up for you guys, I will share the link in the OML Embroidery University Facebook group, and I will share the link for the 7x12 video on the big store as soon as I get it done. So thanks everyone for watching. I hope you guys like this video. I hope you guys will try this and enjoy it and try something different. A nighttime scene is just perfect. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, everyone.
Bye.